But it took a lot of work to get to this point, so let's take it back a little bit. All good. Okay, so we're here at the North Face Climb Festival. You can see the wall behind us, pretty massive. We're starting setting, day one of setting. The weather's holding out so far, so hopefully it stays good for us. Just selecting our holds. So these routes are going to go in like coloured sections, like World Cup style. So on our finals route, we're going to be starting with green. Gav's going to be starting with red over on the far side. Volumes are up, symmetrical. They're going to stay where they are for all the routes, just so it's easy for the changeover. We got some like time pressured changeovers to do. Now we just got to be really careful that we're putting aside the like pairs of all the holds, because we've got an identical route to set after this and we're simul setting, so it can be a little bit complicated. So we're just trying to work out what we're going to do now, what's going to go where. I want to get some like showy stuff in. We're going to do like a easy little foot plant at the bottom on this finals route. A bit of 360 campusing is the idea, might change as we go. And then probably something pretty easy at the top, because we just went up in the lifts and it's absolutely massive up there. So probably don't want too many people falling wildly at the top, because it is big. It's no joke. Alright, so first drafts are on the wall. We've got finals route on this side, qualifying route on this side. There's going to be two versions of each route, so these are the men's versions basically, and then we're going to test them somehow. It's raining pretty hard at the moment, but we're going to test them and then do some tweaks and turn it into a female route as well. Hopefully crowd pleasing moves in this finals route. We got like little palm down section, little paddle section through the middle, some 360 campusing, and then some bit more dynamic climbing over the lip in the purple section. Up at the top in the red section, it's a little bit easier. It is so high up there when you're in the lift, like it feels insane. So we've made that a little bit easier to make sure that hopefully not too many people are falling off up there, but it's going to be exciting for sure. So yeah, we got a bit more to do to try and dry some holds off. Everything's pretty wet. Chalk some stuff up, put our top ropes in. We're going to be testing on top ropes, and then after that we'll get testing. You can hear me my pants in real time, followers.
The next hole on the right. Nice.
Match bit on the right.
Match on the right.
Careful on the blue rail, because it's savage, yeah, compared to everything else.
Oof.
She bad.
This is scary on a top rope. Alright, take us there. It's tiring as well.
Definitely change that rail. Potentially have like quite a
I
lot there.
think if the rail was flatter, it would be fine.
It felt alright.
It was the only move you were probably trying on though.
I was trying, but it's like also just like first pull on.
Yeah.
It's just the first hold that I had to hold on to. Like spicy here though as well. Like bad holds.
Yeah, Caelan went again with his left.
And match in.
Yeah.
And then this way. It's quite a lot of climbing. Feels like 7A plus to here or something. Okay. All right, little bit slack. Oh my God. I'm gonna be frightened up here. Pumping. Just finished up testing the qualification route. We got a few little tweaks maybe to turn it from the men's to the female route, but we might do that tomorrow. Really fun. It's going to be terrifying. It's going to be absolutely terrifying. Like, it's a bit nervy just on a top rope. It's really high up there, and quite a lot of insecure climbing. It's the purple section where you like hang in on really bad slopers. So it's going to be a lot of fun watching people freaking out up there. Plan now is try and push through the rain a bit more and have a good go at get as far through testing this finals route as we can. I think we're aiming for like 8A, 8A+. That thing was about 7C, so it's quite a big step up. So yeah, we'll have a go now, see how we get on.
Ready for action, nip it in the bud, outcaster everlasting. Do I want this in my hand? Yeah, make me look like I know what I'm doing. How does this thing work? Here we are, day 2 on King George's Lock, setting for the North Face DWS comp. We had quite a late night yesterday, just finishing off. We had a really good day yesterday, and we got to a place where we have the male qualification route and finals route completed. They're still building the barge behind us. Yeah, so last night we got to a place. Start again?
Yeah.
Here we are, day 2 on King George's Lock, setting for the North Face DWS comp. We had a really good day yesterday. We got the men's qualification route and finals route pretty much there. Lots of testing, tweaking, making sure it's the best route it can be. And then we took down the qualification route, and the first job this morning is to set the identical second men's finals route. So in a couple of hours we'll have both men's finals routes on the wall, and we'll make sure they're exactly the same, ready to run the head-to-head final. So that's going to be pretty exciting. After that we'll mark up those routes and strip them off the wall, and then we have to reset both qualification routes ready to go so the event can start on Friday. We've also got to do some tweaks on the routes to make them suitable for both categories, male and female. So that's another job for us to do today.
Okay, so halfway through creating our symmetrical version of the men's final route. Really tricky actually. We're like having to have a tape measure angles and distances between T-nuts and between holds. We've also just discovered that the outer edge of T-nuts on this side has got like uneven spacing. It's pushed further out, I guess, to avoid some steals, which makes it fun. With the edge, and the right-hand screw hole is lined up with the top of the screw hole in the macro. Higher.
Furthest right.
Higher. Furthest right screw hole is level with the top. All right, we're about to do our last test on the finals route. We've had to make a couple of little changes when we put both routes up. We were a little bit worried about people falling off one section and getting a bit too close to others. So yeah, we'll show you Kaylin, just gonna run up. I don't know if you're gonna do the whole thing, might just do the first half, but he's gonna run up this. Test the changes that we haven't done yet. So there's a couple of holds here they might look like he's ignoring, but they're going to come off. And then yeah, we're going to move on to getting the qualifying sorted. Shall I do a little running commentary then? So Kaylin's on this green section at the moment. That's one of the easier bits, but just meant to kind of unnerve people, bit of palming down. This little cut loose section here. We've kind of tested all of this bit before, so we're pretty happy with all of this. It's mainly this blue section that he's going to be testing properly. 2 options here, either do the little paddle, really good hold, so it's like a bit showy, but not super hard. And now gets pretty tricky. Alien literally hasn't done any warming up, so it's pretty full on for him. Here we go, here's the new section.
Take us there, Gav.
Right, yeah. Going in hard.
Hard.
Too hard?
It's a big step up from that, like cruising, and then
Yeah, but I mean the whole thing's a big step up from the green. Does it feels a bit hard?
just the move to it's pretty pokey.
Yeah, but it's all pretty pokey from here on, so like it needs to ramp up at some point, doesn't it? Like it is hard all the way now. Every move.
It's hard, I'm clipping.
Okay, I'll try that again, Gav.
360.
Just touch the slack, I'll get this clip out.
Come on.
Do the hand up. Come on. Nice.
Nice, have some of that.
If it's just the other side of just side pull rather than just undercut, it'd make a big difference, I reckon. Or even just fully side pull.
Yeah, but are they gonna stand in it?
Not if it's fully side pull.
Do you wanna try?
All right, going in. Okay, what's the plan then? Side pull this thing.
Just vert. Okay, take us tight there, Gav.
Good.
Looks odd. I think it's good that. They might jib around with their heels down there, but not if they're cool.
Well, and if they're trying to, they might on their first run, but when they're confident on it, like in the final, you're trying to sprint to the top, then you're gonna, that's the fast way to do it for sure.
Conditions are in, boys.
It's just not wet.
It's just not wet.
Allez, monsieur.
Allez, monsieur. Monkey boy. That vol's not going to be there, so.
Yeah, it's just working out when he's on this next.
Right. Can you stay there a second? The vol's not going to be there, yeah, so.
Take that.
Okay, down a smidge, Gav. Down a bit, Gav, please.
Go on, climb. Oh, you've golden. You're nowhere near each other.
I can't do it all in a one around. Take us tight, Gav.
It looked totally fine from
alright.
here. I think it would have to be a freak incident to have.
If you fell,
It's not that.
go into that, and you fell, go into that, with the full zone.
I mean,
I just think neither of them are actually that wild. So you're gonna fall quite straight, and you don't look that close to each other.
What are you worried about? Them not.
I'm worried about that person falling off and landing in the fall zone of this person, and then this person falling off.
I really don't think. I don't think you're gonna fall right really from that line. If you hit that sloper, you're not gonna go right.
Easier.
Like if you come up short, you're going left.
It's fine.
Easy, son. Look like you could rest there.
Straight happen and sloper then.
Yeah, it's so good conditions today.
120 meters.
Slow it. So I'm making some changes now for the women's route. So just the bits that we think might be a bit too hard or a bit too reachy,
Any last minute
a
thoughts
bit too scary.
before we mark it?
But we got really limited holds, so we'll see what we can do.
Oh dear, soggy rope.
All right.
Hold
so
on.
We've made some tweaks. We're gonna try, this is like the women's version of the final. So I'm gonna run up it now, see if there's anything we need to change, if any of the tweaks didn't work. And then hopefully after that we'll be able to get through the logistics of marking this, getting it down, getting the qualifying back up. We got a lot still to do, so I think we're gonna be here late until the night.
Wow, looks hard. Easy that section.
Takes there. Got it all going on. Got planes landing. Got Gavin the picker. It's windy as hell. All right, so we've just taken down the finals route. Finals are finished. Men's is tested, women's is tested, all marked up. Some really complicated logistics to make sure that we've got everything we need to reset these routes, because there's a lot of time pressure on the day and we won't have these lifts. We're going to be abseiling in from the top of the wall. So now it's on to resetting the qualifying route that we set yesterday. We need to put that back up on the wall, which is the men's version, and then we need to mirror it on the other side, so we're going to do that now. And then we need to make some changes to turn it into the female qualifying route. Then we've got a dyno comp to set, which hopefully is only going to take about 20 minutes. It's about 4 o'clock now. We got to finish today, and we got a lot left to do, so we might be here late. And the England game's on at 8, so I'd like to be done by then. That's the goal. All right, better crack on.
Hopefully the final climb of the day. Sun's out.
Guns out.
It's actually pretty,
Sun's out, fun's out.
it's actually pretty glorious right now.
It's quite lush. But you know, the delirium is setting in.
What are you, 12 hours in? Nearly?
About 12 hours in on this one. We've done a lot today, to be fair. Put on and taken off a lot of holds, done a lot of testing. And yeah, hopefully this is the final run. Then we got a bit of tidying up to do, making sure our finals holds are really well stored, and we got a good system so that we know what we're doing for the changeover to the finals, which is going to be done off a rope above the water late on Friday night.
Okay, so we're here at the event site. Everything's getting set up, walls in place. We've been up to the top to rig up our rope systems for the changeovers. And climbing's gonna start today. There's some YouTubers and we're gonna get to have a chance to have a go on the route. The route on the wall at the moment is the female qualifying route. So it's probably the easiest route out of all the ones which people are gonna be climbing on. So quite nice that we get to have a go at the easier version above the water. But it's a pretty crazy location, like smack bang in the centre of London, skyscrapers everywhere. It's real sunny today, so it's actually pretty inviting, but it's exciting to actually get up there after all this work. So I'm looking forward to seeing people on it and getting on it ourselves. So a little bit about this route. So this is the women's qualifying route. We think this is about 7B, something like that, although it's pretty pumpy. Start off on this red section, which is fairly secure climbing, some slopey mat codes and things, but they're all fairly good. It like eases in this route, so it like starts fairly easy. Then we move into the blue section, which is the steepest section of the wall, gets a lot more powerful here. Still some fairly good holds, but like quite powerful moves, gonna start getting really pumpy. That goes all the way above the lip, and there's like a bit of a crux section just above the lip with some smaller holds. And then moving into the purple section, which is all macros, quite slopey, a lot of them like friction dependent. If you're scared, it's gonna feel really insecure. We have toned this bit down a little bit compared to what it was before, so there's some fairly positive holds in there now, but still kind of quite unnerving climbing. So I think we're probably gonna see a lot of people coming off at that section. It also starts to feel really high there, so it's probably gonna be the point where a lot of people have kind of had enough. And then you move up into the green section. There's like a bit of a tricky move to get into the green section. And then they're fairly good holds all the way, but again, it's like fairly insecure. And then moving through these kind of funny rounded things at the top, really insecure climbing. And then the last kind of 4 meters or something is not too bad. We might see some people fall off there if they're like super boxed, but it's a little bit easier there. And then just the descent to deal with, either down the down climb jugs, jump off the top, or hang on to the gym ring that's on an auto belay, all of which seem quite scary at the moment. So. So we're here in the athlete area. Girls are warming up, just about to start the female qualification. Lots of nervous chat about how high it is, how to get down, but it's really exciting to get some athletes on the wall, see how it goes. We just get to enjoy the next couple of hours before we got to do a changeover. So yeah, we're going to go and find a good spot to view and watch the athletes have at it.
Just watched the first 2 women climbing on the wall. Pretty exciting. We got some women climbing now as well. Really amazing to see them climbing so high, so bravely on the wall. It's pretty scary up there. And then we watched Frances Bensley huck it off the top to set the standard. Really exciting.
Okay, so we're getting towards the end of the female qualification round. It's been pretty cool. I'm not sure how many tops we've seen now. Quite a few. Oh, it says there, about 10. We were aiming for about 12, so it's gone pretty well so far. The team's just gone up the back of the wall for the first changes to the men, so Gavin and Kayleen are halfway up, waiting for the last competitors. I'm on ground crew with a list of tweaks, basically checking that they're changing the right things, they haven't forgotten anything, shouting up instruction to them. We got about an hour to do this change, so it's like tight for time. We did a test run earlier, just to brush. Abseiling down, you got to put in bolt hangers, bring yourself in, reposition. It's really quite like logisticy, technical. So hoping to do it within an hour, but it's technical, so it's going to be interesting to see. You also really don't want to like drop some holds or anything, because that could be bad. So if that happens, then we're into emergency mode and I'll be running off. It's pretty mad here. This is a mad event. I'm enjoying it a lot.
world. Here we go, James. 3, 2, 1. See ya!
Whoa!
So the dust has kind of settled after a crazy last week. It's the week after the event now. Taken a while for it to all kind of settle in. Took a little bit of time to reflect on it all. Overall, pretty amazing event to be a part of. I think it went pretty smoothly. We couldn't be much happier with the setting side of things, really, like how the routes turned out. We even ended up with 32 tops in the men's qualifier, and 32 people went through, so it basically meant every single person who topped the qualifying route went through, and everyone who didn't go through to the finals day, so that couldn't have worked out any better. It was stressful, tiring, pretty chaotic, probably the hardest job I've ever done, route setting wise. But really, really cool to see everyone climbing on those routes. Thousands of people in the crowd, so yeah, it was pretty wild. We didn't get too much footage from the last kind of finals day just because there was a lot going on. We had 3 changeovers to do. Started with the women, we abbed down, changed it to the men. Did that 3 times back and forth just because of the schedule of the event. So we didn't have that much time to film, do interviews or anything. It was a really big day, and then we had to pack up everything, and yeah, it was pretty chaotic. But overall, massive thanks for North Face and EP for getting us involved. We're keen to do more in the future for sure. If you have enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and we're going to hope to do a bit more content in the future. It's a lot of work to do these videos, but it's also really satisfying to kind of document some of the cool stuff that we get to do like this. So hope you enjoyed it, and see you all next time.